A mild start to our day, but turning wet and windy from the west, and it's that weather that wins out as we head into the weekend. All the details, that and more coming up on Good Morning Britain.
Tricola Santana one. It's a lovely cube.
That brightens your day. The weather perhaps will not as we head through the next few. It's pretty overcast, fairly grey at the moment, but it is a mild start first thing this morning. We will see wet weather moving in from the west, and it will turn windy later on today. But this is the scene greeting us this morning. Not the gorgeous sunshine that Ranveer's been dazzling us with, but pretty grey, overcast skies. Rain for western Scotland, Northern Ireland, northwest England, where it stays most of the day today. And as a result, we have got a warning for northwestern areas of Scotland. 40 to 50 millimetres of rain widely, up to 60 or 70 millimetres before the day is out. And that just means the risk of some localised flooding, a lot of spray on the roads, so just some slow going here. We can see here these embedded areas of yellow, some heavier bursts to come, but the winds remain southwesterly. It keeps it mild, damp and drizzly in the west. Fairly cloudy, but glimmers of brightness, maybe the odd spell of sunshine through eastern areas with highs around about 15 degrees, so that's still above average. Through this evening and overnight, that wet weather moves its way eastwards. A wet and often windy night to come. You may well hear squally gusts of wind, that rain battering your windows as it moves through. But then it clears, so a cooler start tomorrow and a sunnier start tomorrow. So a very different looking day ahead. Thursday is your best day if you have some outdoor plans because it's looking dry and sunny for most around here.
Lovely stuff. Thanks so much, Laura.
Southwesterly winds have given mild weather for the last few days, and that sticks with us for the next few as well. Low pressure to the west brings with it a spell of rain through today. A window of opportunity, dry weather into tomorrow. The risk of some rain, not too heavy on Friday, but this is what is queuing up to spoil things for many of us as we head into the weekend. But for today, it is cloudy, it is grey, with rain in the west that will make slow progress across the country in the next 24 hours. So this is the scene greeting us this morning. A lot of cloud. And again, it's this time of year that the cloud keeps in all the heat from the day, acts like a blanket. And that is why it's so warm and mild first thing this morning. But warnings for the northwest, the rain is heavy, 60, 70 miles an hour, could cause the risk of disruption, the risk of some flooding, a lot of spray on the roads. So just check before you travel, particularly in the northwest. Allow extra time for your morning and your evening commute. The yellows pick out here some really heavy downpours through Northern Ireland and western Scotland through this evening. Elsewhere, overcast and grey with glimmers of brightness in the east. Does this wet weather win out? Well, not for the next few days. So let's take a look at our 7-day outlook, where our weekend remains always in view. Northern areas of the UK, Scotland, Northern Ireland and northern areas of England, north of the Humber. Average temperature line here, it remains pretty much above average for the rest of our 7-day outlook. But the rainfall symbols, there are a lot of them. And again, with regards to the percentage chance of rain, how likely you are to see wet weather through the next few days. Fairly high today with that band of rain in the west. Here, Thursday is your best chance of being dry, but the outlook remains wet and actually also windy into the weekend. How about the fortunes further south? Well, a little more promising, a little drier, but it still stays mild. Our temperatures are above average and they are set to climb even more, much higher into next week, maybe even into the low 20s. But let's look at our percentage chance of rain. We can see there's more sunshine symbols for England and Wales south of the Humber. Hit and miss today with some rain later on. Again, Thursday, your driest day, but a big spike in rainfall as we head through the weekend. Well, it's doing pretty much the same thing that it's been doing all week long. It's staying cloudy, it's staying grey and overcast, with some rain moving in from the west later when it will also turn fairly windy, so some subtle differences. But this, again, is our satellite and radar image showing a very grey scene this morning, overcast skies, but it means it is mild, starting temperatures 10 to 12 degrees. That is pretty much where we should be, at best by day for this time of year. We will see some limited brightness, some sunny spells through eastern areas of England, but generally staying pretty cloudy, particularly out towards the west. But then rain that starts the day across northwest Scotland and Northern Ireland stays here all day long and actually turns heavier as we head through the evening. So a lot of spray on the roads. This band of rain you can see with the yellows and greens embedded in there shows that we could have some squally winds as that rain moves through. So the wind's battering the windows before it starts to move on. The band of rain moves eastwards. It'll be a fine start to the day tomorrow with more sunshine around, and then more sunshine for Friday, but wet and windy into the weekend. Good morning to you. Mixed weather across the UK today, fairly cloudy, there will be some sunshine, and it will turn wet and windy later. That's from this weather front that will make progress across the UK in the next 24 hours. Tomorrow we're between weather fronts, so drier weather, and into the weekend, low pressure returns, and that brings wet and windy conditions. But for today is a story of overcast skies, then turning wet and windy from the west. This is the grey scene greeting us this morning. It does mean with this blanket of cloud acting to keep all that heat in, It is mild again this morning, 10, 12 degrees to start, but eastern areas overcast, grey and dull with some fog. And like the last few days, it will lift and clear, but it may be reluctant to do so. But despite the lack of sunshine, with a mild southwesterly flow, 12 to 15 degrees our top temperature, but wet through western Scotland and Northern Ireland, where it will be all day long. A warning from the Met Office for up to 70 millimetres of rain, so that could cause the risk of some flooding. A lot of spray on your roads for your evening commute, and overnight tonight this band of rain moves its way eastwards, but then dry into tomorrow.